I'm going to be reviewing 5 Everlane jumpers, giving you my honest, unfiltered thoughts and reviews for these pieces. This is the cardigan in Ultrasoft Merino. It features a V-neck. It's in the navy color and it's in the size small. I am a size UK 8 on top, so this is how it fits on a UK 8. You'll notice that it is cropped. It's perfect for high-waisted pants, jeans, skirts. There is something about the buttons and the way that they're not quite that mother of pearl, but they give a mother of pearl look and kind of shine to them that gives the whole jumper sort of this Doen effect. It's incredibly comfortable, and I have found that the fit is beautiful for me in the size small, and the sleeves are actually a really decent length, perfectly at the wrist, which I really enjoy. I love a cardigan that has this kind of sexiness, slinkiness already built into it, especially for, we have kind of like maybe events to go to and we want to feel kind of maybe flirty or feminine. It has a gorgeous ribbed texture, and personally I really enjoy that the navy is a very it's a very blue type of navy. There are a million different shades of navy in my experience, and I really enjoy that this one is more of like a deep dark kind of royal blue almost than a navy, and I just really love jewel tones for autumn. However, it is also appropriate for spring. It's the kind of cardigan that I feel Sally Owens might wear from Practical Magic, and it's super easy to wear any sort of a bra with. Could probably go braless with it as well. This time of year there are so many sales that come up, and I always recommend buying Everlane, especially if you can, on a sale or on a discount. I'll leave all of the links to these pieces down below, but if you can get it on a sale or a discount, that's even better, of course. Okay, piece number 2. I did just have to switch out my bra for this one, so I changed into a strapless bra, which I think most of us would probably have to refer to if we were wearing a cut like this, either that or going braless. I do that occasionally as well. This is the Sweetheart neck top in Butterluxe. I got the color dark green, and again, this is in a size small. It is a blend of tencel, lyocell, wool and elastane. It's one of those elevated basics where it's kind of simple enough to wear for every day, but you still feel like it has a little bit of detailing to it. It says that it has a cropped length, but I don't agree with that. It comes right down to my hip bones, and I have a pretty long torso, like regular to long torso. I do wonder if it might have been better to size down in something like this for me. Again, on a size UK 8, I feel like it's roomy, like comfortable, but I think maybe it might have been a little bit less, I don't know, maybe gapey. I feel like if I pull it down too much, you're definitely going to see the top of the bra, you know what I mean? So that could be a little bit fiddly with the neckline. To me, this looks a little bit more just like a scoop neckline, like a classic scoop, rather than getting that real kind of definition of the Sweetheart neckline. The sleeves are quite long. I can pull them just like unstretched. They go right down almost to my fingertips. And my arms are a little bit like on the short side, on the petite side. So possibly if you're taller, if you have longer arms, you might not have this situation going on. For me, the reason why I would buy a piece like this is for, you know, that delicacy of the specific Sweetheart neckline. And I feel like a scoop neck long sleeve top is something that you could probably buy from many retailers. So this is kind of like an on the fence piece for me. All right, the Cashmere ribbed boat neck sweater in the color Heather Light Camel, and again I got a size small. This is one of their 100% cashmere pieces, 70% recycled cashmere. And yes, I did risk another cashmere piece. I wanted to try out 5 of their different fabrications for these 5 different sweaters. And the last time that I tried cashmere from Everlane, I was so disappointed. So this piece is an interesting construction. They have this boat neck which sort of like folds towards the back, and then the back bit sort of like comes over the top. They sort of overlap there at the shoulder. And I would say if you're looking at the color of this piece, go by the picture of the product as it's like pictured by itself. thought that it would be more of the color that the model was wearing, which is more of like lighter cream, but it's definitely more of a sandy beige. And personally, that's just not a color that makes me sing. It's not a color that suits me personally. But apart from that, the cashmere itself, it doesn't feel like cashmere. It feels more like a ever so slightly scratchy wool. Like, I don't want to wear this on my bare skin. I have this on my bare skin at the moment, and I'm going to wear it for the review and do some styling. This is certainly going to be something that I return. It comes down again to about hip bones, maybe just below hip bones on me, and the sleeves on this one are pretty much directly to my wrist. I'm wearing it without a bra at the moment because the one that I was wearing before was dark black and you could absolutely see it shining through. So another thing to note is probably wear more of a nude color, whatever your skin tone is, underneath as well. I will say it's lovely and warm, really cozy, but for me personally, this is the type of piece that I would prefer to wear just on its own on my bare skin, and I'm like slightly getting used to it now that I'm wearing it, but I think it would take like a little bit of effort for me to keep wearing it. As opposed to the other two pieces, the Butterluxe and the Merino were incredibly soft. It's funny because you would think that the cashmere would be the most soft and comfortable out of the three of those fabrics. Got this lovely ribbing here. It is full of really nice details and I do like how it's constructed. Again, it's just going to be something that I send back for the color and also for just how it feels on my skin, and that is kind of disappointing. The Cocoon Crew in Alpaca, I have this in the color Moss, and again it is in a size small. This is one of the pieces that I was most excited to receive because of the color, and it's been one of their best sellers for years. I have owned it before in a beautiful chocolate brown, and I actually cannot for the life of me remember why I don't own that jumper anymore. It's meant to be kind of like loose and oversized, kind of that relaxed fit. As you can see, the sleeves do taper in at the end, so they're quite kind of like voluminous under the arms. Plenty of space here to breathe, plenty of space to layer other knitwear pieces or long sleeved items underneath. You can do that very comfortably. It's very comfortable to wear on bare skin. Ever so slightly more comfortable than the cashmere, I would say. The thing with alpaca is that you usually do get a little bit, just a little bit of sensitivity, but I find this more bearable than the cashmere. Like, I also expect it with an alpaca, the tiniest bit of sensitivity, but for some reason, because I know it's alpaca, I feel like I'm a little bit more inclined to accept it than to accept itchy or sensitive cashmere. The color is luscious. I was kind of hoping that it would be more of like a spring green. I feel like it's a slightly more like froggy green. I don't know if that's going to make sense to anyone. This style and this piece from Everlane is definitely a classic for a reason. It's one of those pieces that you will have for years in your wardrobe, unless you're like me and you like to declutter like a mad woman. I've had people like hug me when I was wearing my other alpaca sweater and then like not want to let go and just being like, oh, this is so cozy. It's actually extremely warm for how lightweight it is. I don't know if you can tell how like kind of thin this material is, but like it's by no means like a heavyweight chunky sweater. It's certainly light, flouncy. I don't know if you can tell really, but it actually brings a lot of warmth. So it's one of those things that you can wear that's really lightweight and easy to wear. I actually really like it with the brown against the brown of my wool, so that would possibly be a really nice color combination. I also think it goes really nicely with silver jewelry or like white tone jewelry if you're into white gold. I do like silver and like white metals. I kind of thought I would have like more scathing things to say about these pieces, but actually it's not bad. I'm happy with this one as well. I actually think I've talked myself into keeping this one. Great. Excellent. All right, we're on to the Boxy cardigan in everyday cotton. I got the color dark green, and this time I went for a size extra small. These cardigans to me will always represent the me-made like alternative community on Instagram, homeschooling American mom kind of style. I wear my Gardana clogs, I have a Baba sweater that I've probably thrifted, that kind of style, and this cardigan just fits into that kind of style aesthetic really perfectly. It is 100% cotton. I do like this deep dark green colorway. I find that again, it's just very frog and toad inspired. A cotton knit is always going to feel like that perfect combination of comfortable but slightly more rugged. The buttonholes are giving me a little bit of pause, and it seems as though they're getting slightly stretched out already. The buttons themselves though, I do have to say, are very nice. I don't know if you can hear that. They are plastic buttons, but they feel very nice. They feel very quality. It doesn't have any pockets, which that might or might not be a deal breaker for you. Sometimes it's nice to have pockets to like put your little hanky in, or like little tissues for like wiping snotty noses at like autumn and winter time of year. Just speaking to the mom crew for a second, okay? I do like that it's tapered, but I feel like the length of the sleeve, it comes out to like completely cover my fingers. My fingers are just poking out there. It doesn't matter as much when you kind of like push them up. Personally, whenever I close up the cardigan, I feel like it does something to the shape that just makes it feel like it just hangs strangely on my body. Maybe that could be solved by going down again to an extra small. I do like the feel of the cotton. It's very heavy, very hefty. This is a nice piece. I just think there's something about it on my body. I feel like the crop is just about perfect. I say crop, it's not cropped. I just mean the length of it is perfect. It hits right at the hip bones. It has that slight hanging down at the back so that it comes like to cover like some of your bum. I'm struggling to give you the recommendation like wholeheartedly to buy this one. I think you could probably find this piece elsewhere in a very similar style, probably in a very similar color, and in 100% cotton. If I do find any alternatives that I can link, I will leave them down below. I love the chunky rib, I love the chunky stitching. It's very comfortable to wear, and it's probably something, if I wasn't being so nitpicky, that I would, like if I picked this up in the op shop, I would definitely wear it. But as far as like buying it from Everlane full price, I don't think it's personally worth it to me, to my wardrobe, and to where I'm at with my style. It's certainly a very wearable piece. I'm not going to talk myself into keeping this one. I'm definitely sending it back, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I thought I would finish out the video in another Everlane sweater that I wear all the time. This is their half zip felted merino, I believe. I got this in the size small. If they still sell this on the website, I will link it below as well, because this is one of my most worn. So comfortable, so versatile. I wear this all the time. You can zip it all the way up as well, and I'll leave you my initial review that I did for this piece, and you can get all of my thoughts and the details on it there as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. Leave any questions that you have down in the comments below. I will be sure to come back to you, and subscribe if you think that we should see more of each other, and stay tuned because I will have a Uniqlo haul coming as well with some absolutely stunning pieces. I'm very excited. All right, I'll see you very shortly in my next one. Bye.